Hello, lovelies. So I had got a comment a little bit back, this comment on my YouTube, and I just realized that, like, I don't think I've ever like went in depth, like physically talked to you guys about like my hair journey. I put it on my Instagram and like the caption, but no one wants to read all that. I know I wouldn't want to read all that. So yeah, I thought this would be a great opportunity to kind of sit down and like talk to you guys about my hair journey. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so growing up, my hair wasn't as curly as it is now. When I was younger, my hair was like, it was like straight and then like low, like very like thin, like light waves, like maybe like 2B, I want to say. And then like at the very bottom, it would go into this. So it would go like waves and then it would like cut off and then just like spiral. So that was my hair. So, for like a good portion of my life, 8 years of my life. And then I think after I had like cut my hair when I was 8, and then that's when my pattern, my curly hair pattern started to come through. And yeah, and I wasn't used to that. And so I was like, oh no, like I want my hair to be straight, like all this and this and that. And then also like my older sister, and she was in middle school, and like that's what she did, is like she straightened her hair like when she went to school. And like obviously like you wouldn't be like your older sister, so that's what I did too, is I straightened my hair. And then I straightened my hair all throughout middle school, and by then my hair was like, it was dead. Like here's a picture of my hair like straightened and long. This was like my 8th grade pictures, and yes, it was long, but my ends were completely dead, thinned out, everything. And my curls were literally just like, I don't even know. They're beautiful curls. This is what they look like, because that's some people's natural hair, but like for me, it wasn't my like actual natural curl pattern. So for like looking back at it now, I'm like, oh my god, like my hair was dead. So please don't take any offense to that. That's not what I mean. Your hair is beautiful. But yeah, and then I want to say I cut my hair again. So after that picture, I just cut my hair off again. This was like during middle school still. And then it grew back. I had still straightened my hair, so I wasn't actually like trying to take care of it. And then beginning of high school, I think freshman year, is when I chopped it off. It was this short. And that's when I was like, okay, curly hair journey, here we come. So I started it. I didn't put any heat in my hair, and then for a while I just did like my regular wash and go hair products, whatever. And then I started to do research, because like when my hair gets to here, this length, I get impatient, and I think it's not a pleasant hair length on me. And so I was like, okay, I want my hair to grow faster. So I looked up oils, and from there I started to use oils like regularly, every so often, which was coconut oil, olive oil, black castor oil, all the oils that I introduced you guys and I talked to you guys about constantly is what I used, to kind of just help, get my curls and just to keep my hair healthy, because it was so unhealthy. It was dry, it was damaged, like everything. And people always ask me like, oh, like how do you take care of like heat damage? Personally, the only way that you can get rid of the heat damage is to cut off where it stops. If your hair is curly from here to here and from here down it's straight, it needs to go. I'm sorry to say, but it has to go, because as far as I know, there's no like retraining it. You might be able to a little, but like all the way, like sometimes like your hair is just completely dead and you need to cut it off, which was my case. You can retrain your curls, but you just have to be patient. And my hair wasn't completely dead to the point where like I could, like my curls weren't there. It was just like I needed to cut off my split ends and then actually like stop straightening my hair and then just like start over, you know? So I didn't really have to like revive my hair that much, but it definitely took some time. So all I did was, like I said, I kept heat out of my hair. I worked with the oils, and I feel like the oils really helped, you know, bring my curls back to life. And that's what I did that's what I've been doing for the past, you know, 4 years is my hair journey. At the end of this summer, it will be 5 years of my hair growth journey. And throughout that, I've only straightened my hair twice in 5 years. So that's pretty good. And I think 2 were both for like a Halloween costume. So, or something to that effect. Yeah, that's what I did is I kept up the consistency of, you know, finding a good hair product that I liked. At the time, I was using Shea Moisture. I know it works for a lot of people. I've seen it work for a lot more people with coarse hair, so maybe that's what it's more aimed towards, which is fine. But for me, I found it dried out my hair, and as well as like my family members, it dried out their hair as well. So I kind of just cut that off. And then I found Kara's Daughter, and I used that, loved it. And then obviously, you know, I came across other products and stuff as my pages, you know, like grew when I started to get into social media. So I found like Bounce Curl and As I Am, and just, oh my god, there's so many great products. I can't even think of them all right now. Olaplex, Urban Hydration, like there's just so many. But yeah, so I found all of these products that met the needs of my hair, and that also helped just like form my curls to how they're meant to be now. It's so funny because everybody always asks me like, oh, like how did you start your curly hair journey? Like how, like da 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 da. And for me, it wasn't really like a planned thing. I think, well, maybe it kind of was, because I had followed Jasmine, oh, I don't know her last name. This is her. I'm sure everybody in the curly hair community knows her, but I've been following her for years, probably since she was like 19, 20, like my age basically. Just because I remember like all her birthday pictures. But I had been following her, and then I saw her friend with the red hair. I don't know how to pronounce her name, so I'm not even gonna try and mess it up, but this is her. Yeah, I always saw them and I was like, oh my gosh, like their hair is so beautiful. Like, and I was like, I want that. Like, I can have that, you know? So I think from there on, I started my journey. And there were so many other, like, I think influencers that I followed. And it's so crazy that like today, like the people that I like followed and looked up to when I was growing up is like they're my mutual followers now. It's crazy. But so those are definitely people that I looked at and like encouraged me to, you know, take care of my curly hair. And that's what I hope I do for, you know, the people that follow me every day. And it's so nice when like, you know, I see people say that like, you're the reason like I don't straighten my hair anymore, or like I'm taking care of my curls, or I use this product, or I do, you know, like this treatment and whatnot. And it's so heartwarming, and I don't think you guys like understand, like, I don't know, it's like it's so fulfilling to me that I can impact you guys the way that like these influencers have impacted me. And it's lovely. I love it. Sorry, a little off topic, but I think definitely, you know, watching them on my Instagram, for years, you know, it definitely encouraged me to get my hair together. And just the fact that, like, you know, growing up and then people start to like comment on those things, and I'm not one to like let people's like opinions like get the best of me unless you're someone like really important to me. But when it became like my friends that were saying it, they weren't like saying me things, but they were just like, hey, like maybe it's time for a haircut, like your hair's kind of dead, like, you know, like they would like try to inform me, because I didn't know anything about like my hair or like curls or anything, because you know, it was a life that I wasn't used to. And like 8 and 12 is a completely different age, but like still I was still in that mindset of like, oh, like my hair shouldn't be curly, you know. It was just different. And my mom took care of my hair the best that she could, but you know, I'm my own person, and I was that kid that if it wasn't what I wanted, I was not going to do it. And so she just kind of let me do whatever with my hair, because it was my body, so, you know. But yeah, when I started to hear it from my friends, I was like, okay, maybe it is time to do something about that. But yeah, and then also, like I said, that's when I cut my hair off. Actually, hold on. I think I was going into my sophomore year, not my freshman year. Yeah, I was going into my sophomore year, because that's when I cut it. I cut it in like July of like going into my sophomore year, which would make it 5 years this coming July. But glad that I did it. And like, honestly, no matter where you start or when you start, it's always a good starting point. And you honestly just have to be so patient with your hair. Like you have no choice but to be, because if you want something, like, that's one thing about me, is if I want something, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to put my all into it. And my hair was something that I wanted so badly, and I wanted to strive for that, because I saw these influencers and I saw these people that, you know, had my hair type or had like just beautiful curls in general, and I was like, I can have that, and I know I can. So what am I doing? And it just pushed me even more to achieve that. But you just really have to be patient, because like when I think about it, or like when you think about it, like 5 years, like that's a long time. But when I'm looking at it now, I'm like, wow, that kind of flew by, you know? Especially when you're like in high school or middle school or whatever. Like, you know, like those years fly by so fast. But as far as like oil treatments and stuff, I did those probably, I maybe did them once or twice a week, honestly. And because I was so determined to like get my hair to be perfect. So yeah, I did those like once or twice a week. I think I started off with olive oil and did that. And then I also did coconut oil because it helped with my dry hair. Like I said before many times, I use coconut oil for everything. It's just amazing. And then I saw some video about black castor oil, and that's how I found out about it. And so then I started using that. And it just ended up being like a mix of like oils that I used. You know, it started out like I used it like maybe 2 times a week, and then it cut down to 1, and then my hair was to a point where like I still oil treat my hair, but it got to a point where I was just like, okay, I don't need to do it like as much, just because like my hair is like so healthy, and like I don't want to like overbear my hair like or anything. So yeah, I cut it back a lot when I realized a difference in my hair. And I think it was like when, I don't know, my hair was like to here, and I think that's when I started to like chill on that. But I feel bad because there's not like much or like a big like life-changing thing for my curly hair journey. And I mean, everybody's curly hair journey is different, but I don't know. Like, I feel like mine's pretty simple. Literally, all I had to do, honestly, was cut off my dead ends and stop putting heat in it, and that was probably like the lifesaver for my hair. Not probably, it was the lifesaver for my hair, was, you know, cutting those two things. Like, it made such a difference. And I genuinely do think that the oils helped. Yeah, that's honestly my hair journey and how I got to where I am. The people I looked up to, the things that I use. I share those things with you guys like every single day. And I hope that you guys can learn and just, you know, take care of your curly hair and better it the best that you can, until you get to a point where you feel like, yes, my hair is, it's where it should be, it's healthy, it's beautiful now. Because I want that for all of you guys. So yeah. You guys so much for watching. I hope I didn't disappoint with, you know, my hair journey, but that is just my story. So yeah.